Okay, well, good afternoon, everyone. The ceremony is about to begin, and I just want to welcome you on behalf of our Mayor of San Francisco, Daniel Lurie, our Chief of Police, Bill Scott, and our POA President, Tracy McCrae, along with the command staff. I want to welcome you to our quarterly San Francisco Police Officer Recognition Ceremony, and congratulations to all of the honorees today. We're so excited about today's event. Today doesn't happen without a couple of very important people and entities making this happen. First, our Community Engagement Division, Acting Lieutenant Jim O'Meara and Sally Leong for all your work to make this happen. Martha Cohen as well. I know Martha's been running around a little bit. She's over here, but thank you, Martha, for everything that you've done. And I also want to recognize our former chief, Greg Sir, and our former deputy chief, John Loftus. In case you didn't know, we collaborate with them for 3 months at a time. We give them the nominations. We have discussions about who should get it and who shouldn't in terms of the criteria and the great work that you all have done. And there's so much great work that happens, and we narrow it down. And so congratulations that you made it here to this point. It means you've done fantastic work, so we're very grateful. We're also thankful for Evan Borders, who puts the videos together. We'll have just a couple of videos to show everyone today, and we're excited to really expand the way that we do this. All right, the other thing I'd like to do is recognize some folks that are here today. Putting on my glasses, first our fire chief. We'll give a round of applause for our fire chief, Dean Crispin, who has been very supportive of the SFPD. We're there together all the time. Sheriff Miyamoto, but I know we have Tanzania Carter, our assistant sheriff. Thank you very much for being here today. I want to thank Chris Larson, who's here, and Alex Turk. Thank you very much, both of you, and for Ground Floor, all of your support for technology, what these officers now use to really make San Francisco a safer place. So thank you very much for that. I want to recognize our police commissioners. We have Commissioner Leong and Commissioner Benedicto that's here, and I think Commissioner Scott will be here shortly. I want to recognize the mayor's team. So Chief Paul Yep is here, along with Public Safety Coordinator Yosef Azim, and I think Chestnut Ford from scheduling may be here as well, but we're really grateful for the mayor's team to be here with us. And there may be others. We're just grateful that everyone is here, including our command staff, to support one another. Today also happens because we have a lot of support and a lot of sponsors. And this sponsor list continues to grow as the support for the SFPD continues to grow in our city, as the citizens of our city continue to promote the SFPD and public safety. And so I just want to recognize it's kind of a big list, but I'd be remiss if I miss some folks. First of all, SF Travel's here today, grateful for them. And I'm also thankful for the San Francisco Police Community Foundation. Ishelle Acosta's executive director, and we're doing great things there. But there's a whole list, starting with BXP, formerly known as Boston Property, Steve Colvin, Rod Yell, of course, Chief Sir and Chief Loftus. Our Police Officers Association, of course, you're going to hear from Tracy, the Hyatt Regency of San Francisco, the Hearst Corporation, McCall's Catering, Decker Electric, GCI Incorporated, HOK, Metro Service Group, Paganini Electric, Peacock Construction, Platinum, Prologus, Ruben, Junius, and Rose LLP, the Bay Area Host Committee, JMA, Parks Hotel Group, the Hilton Hotel, JP Morgan Chase, I think Alex Bastian may be here, Hotel Council, San Francisco Downtown Development, 6th Street, CBRE, Google, Ground Floor, LAZ Parking, Presidio Bay Ventures, Ripple, and Skyline Enterprises. So a lot of sponsors for the various gifts that are given, sponsors for the food, etc. And then just big supporters, BOMA, the Hotel Council, the Union Square Alliance, the Neighbors for a Better San Francisco, and the San Francisco Chamber of Commerce. So a lot of support, and that list will continue to grow as we do great work in our city, Mayor, and you continue to be supporting us in policing. We're so very thankful, and I think that list just keeps growing and growing, so thank you for that. The exciting thing I want to announce is that all our officers today, and you may not know this, so I'm going to surprise you by saying that you're all going to receive a $500 certificate from the Police Officers Association's Community Fund and a one-night stay at the Hyatt Regency. And congratulations on your work. Just a small token of our appreciation for what you do every day. So before I call up Mayor Lurie, I just want to say that this afternoon we're going to see some incredible work involving the capturing of an armed suspect. We're going to see a heartwarming care by our officers for our community, and then we're going to also hear about a remarkable investigation. So super exciting to hear about everything. And with that, the Mayor of San Francisco, Daniel Lurie.
I turned to the chief and I said, that is a long list. I don't think it was that long just a little bit ago, was it, Chris? It's been growing, so thank you for kicking it off. I also want to thank Greg Sir for pushing this also for years. We are here to honor and celebrate the incredible work of our SFPD, those who go above and beyond each and every day to keep our city safe. We have 6 people here today to honor who represent the best of the San Francisco Police Department. You are the reason we have one of the best police departments in the country. And I also just want to acknowledge, I've said this about our sheriffs, about our fire. You all come running no matter what. Phone rings, you run. You have our back. No questions asked, and just know that we as a city, we have your back. No questions asked, okay? So thank you. I'm gonna just launch right into it. Let's start with Officer Rodney Friedman. He joined the department in 2015, driven by a calling to make a difference in his community. After working in the Tenderloin in the Mission, he found his long-term home at the Bayview Station. He's worn a lot of hats, from patrol to plainclothes surveillance, and now serves on the Community Violence Reduction Team. His work with CVRT focuses on reducing gun violence and building trust in community. Thank you to Rodney Friedman. With more than 8 years of service, Officer Erica Viola has brought dedication and drive to every assignment, from Northern to Tenderloin to Southern Station. Now part of the Community Violence Reduction Team, she's working on the front lines of some of the most important efforts we have to build safer communities. Thank you very much, Erica. Sergeant Bridget O'Connor was born and raised right here in San Francisco and comes from a proud family of public service. Her dad and 2 siblings have served and are currently working for SFPD. Over her impressive career, she served in Tenderloin, Central, and Northern stations, working across departments, including in Internal Affairs, Administration, and Burglary and Homicide details. Sergeant O'Connor represents the best of SFPD, deep roots in our community, a commitment to serving San Francisco. We'll give it up for her. Together, Officers Freeman, Viola, is it Viola or Viola? Viola, I'm sorry. Together, Officers Freeman, Viola, and O'Connor worked to find a murder suspect by researching social media and obtaining the suspect's identity. Their actions led to a quick arrest and seizure of pivotal evidence for the case. I want to thank you all for your dedication and for your service. Am I doing the awards now? Will you 3 come on up here, please? No? Yeah. No? Oh, we're waiting. Sorry. All right, I'm going on. I'm sorry I got you all worked up. Sergeant Hillard started his career in Atherton before joining our ranks in 2011. He served across multiple stations and specialized units, including the Special Victims Unit and the Internet Crimes Against Children team. Most recently, he joined the Burglary Unit, continuing his tireless work to keep San Franciscans safe. Taking from his complimentary report, it said, Sergeant Hiller did not hesitate to do the right thing by conducting a thorough investigation leading to the arrest of a suspect and recovering the victim's antique ring, which had been in her family for generations. Thank you, Sergeant. I'm going to read off 2 names in a row. Sergeant Nicholas Buckley. He has spent over 6 years at Bayview Station and currently serves as the station field training coordinator, helping shape the next generation of officers. Since starting his career in 2006, he's worked all over the city and received numerous accolades, including Officer of the Month, 2 Medals of Valor, and a life-saving award. Officer Shailene Jackson has become a cornerstone at Bayview Station, serving nearly 8 years and earning top honors like FTO of the Year, Bayview Officer of the Year, and Officer of the Month. She's worked undercover, kept things safe at Chase Center, and always lead by examples. Thank you to Sergeant Buckley and Officer Jackson. Both Sergeant Buckley and Officer Jackson were involved in a recent, potentially dangerous incident. These 2 officers attempted to detain an individual who was recklessly driving a motorcycle. The officers got the man off the motorcycle, and he fled on foot into a community peace rally. Thanks to the courage and quick thinking of the 2 of you, the suspect was restrained and arrested without harm to the crowd. I want to thank you both for your decisive actions and protecting the lives of our residents. To all of our officers honored today, including Officer Sean Fewer, thank you. Thank you for your service, for your bravery, for your commitment to making San Francisco a safer, more compassionate place. We're lucky to have you, and we are just getting started. So thank you all very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mayor Lurie. And as I look around, we have a lot of police officers here to support our fellow officers. And I see Lieutenant Kelvin Sanders, who runs the homicide detail. If you're a current or a retired officer, can you just stand up? We just want to acknowledge everybody in the room today. All our police officers, Chief Sir, everybody just stand up for a second. All our former and current officers that are here today, thank you. I see you scattered all over the place, and for the first time in your career, you seem shy. So, but thank you for being here. Super grateful. All right, and with that, let's introduce our next speaker. If we can give it up for our Chief of Police, Bill Scott. Chief Scott.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, let me just repeat what Assistant Chief Lazar said in thanking all of our sponsors. Without you, this would not happen, and especially former Chief Bregg, sir, Deputy Chief Loftus, Mr. Larson, Alice Tork, because you all were the impetus to get this back on the road. And without you, we would not be here doing this, so thank you. You know, I'm going to be very brief, but I just want to say when Mayor Lurie just whispered that, wow, things have changed, he is right on point, and he's brought incredible energy and momentum. Just today, as I was walking into our DMAC meeting, had 2 people stop me. 2 people just were going about their business on Market Street, going into UN Plaza, and they both individually said, you know, it is better. Cleaned up. It feels safe around here. And then they thanked us. I was with Lieutenant Lee from my office, and they thanked us. Then on the way back to another meeting, Chief Crispin and I, and Sheriff Miyamoto, and Lieutenant Lee, and Chief McCormick from DPT stopped as a person was about to ingest drugs at 8th and Market. Number one, that was the most expensive stop probably of the day. But the second thing is, as we did that, a number of people came by and said, thanks. Thank you for doing what you all do, because it is better on this particular corner, which was 8th and Mission, and the city feels better, and the city feels safer. That's because of your work. that is because of the work that you have done, the leadership, and the momentum and the support from everybody in this room. And as the mayor said, I think it's just beginning of what we can accomplish in this city. So I'm not going to be long-winded, as I said. The last thanks here is for the families, all the families who sacrifice so much for us to do what we do. The missed birthday parties, the missed date nights, the missed this and the missed that, and the long hours and the overtime and all. It gets to be a bit much, but you all put up with us and you allow us to do what we do. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And I'm going to turn it back over to AC Lazar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chief Scott. At this time, I'd like to call up the president of the San Francisco Police Officers Association, Tracy McCrae. It's a must. It's a must. Thank you so much.
I'll make this brief because we all want to go see the Warriors close it out. It's a full circle moment because I either was the FTO coordinator or your FTO for about 4 out of the 5 of you. So that's great to see, great things you're doing, which means I'm getting old, so that's okay. But thank you all for coming. It is a tremendous honor. I mean, truthfully, we probably could have one of these every day because of the work that officers go out and do. And it's tireless, it's time-consuming, right? We miss a lot of things. We miss a lot of our family's life. We give that up to protect the city. And sometimes people have no idea about that. But we do, and that's why we keep doing what we do. And when we stay the long hours, even though it might be a date night, a ball game that we may miss, we give up that sacrifice so we know the city will be safe. And yes, we have our detractors who really, truly don't understand what we do, but I think everyone sitting here, and if your family member is a police officer, you understand that. And it's gracious, and I thank you for allowing them to come and do this job, which you're a blessing. So I have your money. I'll give it to you later. Don't ask me about it now. But thank you all for coming, and let's get the show on the road. Go Warriors.
Okay, thank you very much, Tracy. And with that, let's start with the first recipients. I'm going to call up Lieutenant Rich Hunt, who is the officer in charge of the Community Violence Reduction Team, and the honorees to also come up and stand to his left.
Good afternoon. I'm honored here today to present Officers Erica Viola, Rodney Freeman, and Sergeant Bridget O'Connor of the Homicide Detail for their distinguished and incredible police work regarding SFPD case number 240-682-345. First, I'd like to say I've had the opportunity to work closely with all 3 of these officers over the course of their careers. Officer Viola and Officer Freeman, both San Francisco natives, have dedicated their careers to protecting the citizens of this city every day. Their work at CVRT, along with their fellow team members, is a huge reason why this city has seen such a drastic reduction in violent crime like shootings and homicides. Sergeant O'Connor, who comes from a long line of San Francisco police officers, including her brothers, uncle, and father, has risen through the investigative ranks to our most prestigious and legendary unit, the SFPD Homicide Detail. She has used all her expertise and knowledge to become one of our most tenacious homicide inspectors, which in turn has led to a significant increase in closed homicide investigations in San Francisco. The incident at hand occurred on October 30th, 2024 at approximately 6:11 p.m. at the corner of Ellis and Jones in the Tenderloin District. It was a homicide by firearm, and as you know, the Tenderloin District is one of our most precarious neighborhoods. The adult male victim, who was standing on the sidewalk, was approached and shot in the head at an extremely close range. There was no apparent warning and no provocation for this shocking and merciless attack. Clear video was recovered depicting both the shooter and his accomplice. Unfortunately, both subjects had their faces concealed in all the videos that were collected for evidence. The images, nonetheless, were disseminated through our department, and Officers Viola and Freeman took it upon themselves to begin an exhaustive and painstaking investigation into identifying these suspects. They combined both basic old-fashioned police work and new techniques of modern crime fighting. They were able to find and use unique identifying details of clothing and partial tattoos to narrow down the suspect pool for the shooter. Eventually, they were able to identify the suspect and ascertain his whereabouts. Officer Viola and Freeman quickly shared their information with Sergeant O'Connor of the homicide detail. Sergeant O'Connor confirmed the intelligence ascertained by the officers, and additionally was able to identify the shooter's accomplice. Sergeant O'Connor authored the appropriate warrants, and both suspects were taken into custody, along with pivotal evidence tying the suspects to the crime. Sergeant O'Connor, Officer Viola, and Officer Freeman's unique ability and determination took this perceived unsolvable case and reclaimed justice for the victims' families in the city of San Francisco. In closing, this collaboration between the Community Violence Reduction Team and the homicide detail is quite common. CVRT and homicide investigations routinely coincide with each other. However, this is an example of how commitment to teamwork, determination, intelligence, and logic, when applied to proven techniques, can gain results where anything else would lead to a lack of justice. And then lastly, these officers are commended for putting their maximum effort into an investigation with minimal apparent evidence or workable leads. They pursued the perpetrator in this case despite the lack of a clear trail to a successful conclusion. This senseless, savage attack not only took the victim's life, it robbed his family members of a loved one and took away a friend of many. It had also shattered the fragile sense of peace and safety in one of, as I mentioned, the city's most precarious neighborhoods, the Tenderloin District. If not for the diligence and intelligence of these officers, the killer would still be free, roaming the streets with the ability to victimize others. And in that, I'd like to present the officers here with their awards. Bridget.
And then if you can all stay here, and we're going to get a photo, please, of everybody right here.
Okay, congratulations to all of the officers for their great work. We're now going to call up Captain Mark Cota, Commanding Officer of the General Crimes Unit. Along with the recipients.
Yes, Nicholas Hillard. So good afternoon. I have the honor of presenting for Sergeant Nicholas Hillard. On February 19th, 2025, a victim called the San Francisco Police Department Burglary Unit and spoke with Sergeant Hillard regarding a lost property report she made on October 25th. The report is regarding an antique metal ring that was made in 1870, and the ring went missing from the residence sometime before October 25th. The victim advised Sergeant Hillard that around the time the ring went missing, around the time the ring went missing, she started a kitchen renovation project. The victim believed the construction crew who worked on her kitchen renovation may be responsible for the missing ring. The victim told Sergeant Hillard that on February 18, 2025, she noticed a flyer affixed to the security gate of her apartment complex. The flyer had a picture of her missing ring along with the following message. Friends, 2 months ago we found a ring near this house next to some construction debris. We were on vacation, so we didn't start looking for the owner right away. We showed the ring to an expert, and we know it is very valuable. If anyone recognizes the ring, please send us a photo, video, or any documentary proof. We are willing to return it for a reward. The victim responded to the email provided with the flyer advising the ring displayed on the flyer was her ring, and she was willing to offer a reward. Sergeant Hillard immediately began an investigation into the case. The victim forwarded Sergeant Hillard a copy of the text message exchange between herself and the suspect. With the victim's permission, Sergeant Hillard began an email communication with the suspect posing as the victim's cousin, who wanted to assist with getting the ring back. On February 23rd, the suspect demanded $4,000 in return for the missing antique ring and arranged for a meeting location. Despite the potential danger involved in such a covert meeting, Sergeant Hillard developed an operation plan with officers from Mission Station and fellow members of the burglary unit in order to safely take any suspect or suspects into custody and retrieve the antique ring. At the arranged date and time, a suspect arrived on scene. Officers detained him regarding this investigation. Having probable cause to believe the suspect had the missing ring in his possession, Sergeant Hillard conducted a search of the suspect and located and seized the stolen 1870s antique ring from the suspect. And here now is a video of that interaction.
Hello, how's it going, sir? I'm Officer Son. Right now you're being detained, okay?
Hello, sir. Do you speak English? No? That's some Russian? Okay, my name's Sergeant Hillard. We're going to have a little bit of stuff to talk about, okay? I'll get a translator on the phone. Just turn around for me. Keep your hands out of your pockets, up.
There it is.
Yep.
We're all good.
Yep.
Probably don't need the car.
Nope.
Okay. Give me the car. You going 496? 131 to David.
15 Adam.
15 Adam. You guys mind swinging back there?
I'm going to go talk to her real quick. You guys watch her real quick?
Did you get it? Oh my God.
So that's it.
Can I give you a hug?
I have you take some photos of it real quick. You're welcome.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Thank you.
When asked why he was at the location, the suspect said he was approached by an unknown individual that asked him to deliver a package, and in exchange for a delivery, the suspect would be given $300. The suspect said he did not know what the package was and did not know how much money he was going to get in return. The suspect said he had never seen the person before and did not have the unknown individual's phone number or location to meet once he delivered a package. The suspect said he believes they were watching him and they would approach him once the exchange was complete. The suspect was booked for possession of the stolen ring. By placing her trust in the SFPD and contacting the SF burglary unit, the victim inspired Sergeant Hillard to jump into action on this investigation. Sergeant Hillard, who is a caring and compassionate seasoned investigator at the burglary unit, did not hesitate to conduct a thorough investigation, developing an inventive and safe operation plan, which led to the arrest of a suspect and recovering the victim's antique ring. The antique ring has been in the victim's family for generations. Seeing tears of joy on the elderly victim's eyes when she was reunited with her family heirloom was well worth Sergeant Hillard's and everyone's hard work and dedication to serve the citizens of San Francisco. And so I present Sergeant Hillard.
Thank you.
Okay, congratulations. I would now like to call up Captain Mike Conery, Commanding Officer of Bayview Station, along with his honorees for the next presentation.
Thank you, Chief. So I had to borrow Captain Cota's glasses. So I just first want to say that this is one example of the great work that Sergeant Buckley and Officer Jackson do, but almost every day in the Bayview, these two officers are out there making a difference, doing great work. I read all the police reports, and they're outstanding every single day. So we'll recognize them for this, but I would just want to personally recognize them just for day in and day out coming to the Bayview and making the Bayview a safer district for everybody, with now having the historically lowest crime rate that it's had in a long time. So I just want to thank you two for that. On March 15th at approximately 11:30 a.m., Sergeant Nick Buckley and Officer Selene Jackson demonstrated outstanding bravery, situational awareness, and decisive action during a potentially volatile incident at the Peace Rally Resource Fair community event in the Bayview. Their swift and courageous response resulted in the successful apprehension of an armed and dangerous suspect, preventing what could have been a serious threat to public safety. While working at the event, Sergeant Buckley and Officer Jackson observed an individual wearing a ski mask recklessly operating an off-road motorcycle doing dangerous stunts, including wheelies and donuts. In a bold and calculated maneuver, the suspect rode directly toward the officers. Recognizing the immediate threat and the need to neutralize a growing danger, Sergeant Buckley took decisive action and grabbed the suspect's wrist to detain him. However, he resisted, breaking free and fleeing on foot. Without hesitation, Sergeant Buckley pursued after him, demonstrating both his commitment to public safety and his superior tactical skill. The chase led into the very building where the peace rally was being held, escalating the urgency of the situation. Despite the risk of confrontation in a crowded public space, Sergeant Buckley successfully restrained Jones with Officer Jackson, Officer Paul Corr, and Officer Pierre Mayorga providing backup support. The suspect actively resisted arrest, but the officers maintained control of the situation, preventing any harm to themselves or bystanders. A subsequent search of the suspect revealed an alarming discovery: a loaded Glock firearm with an extended magazine. Additionally, the suspect was found to be in possession of an individually packed marijuana consistent with illegal sales and over $1,000 in cash. Further investigation revealed that the motorcycle he was recklessly operating had been stolen and that he was unlicensed and riding a motorcycle out of class. Sergeant Buckley found out that he was also wanted for an unrelated incident involving the use of the firearm. And with that, I'd like to show a video of this incident. Shows kind of the chaotic scene that they had to deal with.
That's not 1-5 Adam. Let's go.
Was that 3 Charlie 90? Got him?
Bro, I'm not about to do nothing. I'm already in cuffs,
Okay,
bro.
you got it? Yeah.
Go on some other, bro.
3 Charlie 90 on Visine, code 4 on the code 33.
Hey, Sarge!
100 Aurelius Walker Drive.
Hey, Sarge! 221.
All right. Good job. You heard you had a 221 on it, right?
I heard that. He was rolling around here like crazy, and then he was going through the dirt doing circles, so we finally decided to take him on.
The fact the suspect chose to attend a community peace rally while armed is an outrageous and blatant disregard for public safety. Thanks to the vigilance, courage, and professionalism of Sergeant Buckley and Officer Jackson, a potentially dangerous situation was neutralized before it could escalate. Their quick thinking and fearless response prevented a potentially violent event and removed a dangerous armed suspect from the streets of San Francisco. And before I close, I just want to congratulate all the other officers who received awards. I've worked with all of you, and I'm really proud to be up here and seeing you and the work that you do every day. You're the future leaders of the SFPD, and when guys like me retire, it's going to be nice to know that the SFPD is in the hands of officers that are like you, that are dedicated and really want to just give the SFP their best. So I thank you all. And with that, I'd like to present the award to Sergeant Buckley and Officer Jackson.
One more this way, please.
Okay, so this month we're doing something special and a little bit different. So normally we give out 3 awards. We have 3 captains come up and do their great presentations like today, and thank you very much for the 3 of you. But we had something special happen. So Chief Greg Sir, when he was chief, you know, he had a couple of marching orders for us. One was, you gotta help people. You gotta help people. If you're a cop in San Francisco, you gotta help people. And you gotta be a cool cop. I don't know how else to put it. You gotta just go out the extra mile. You gotta wow factor people. People just be above and beyond what people expect you to do to just help everybody. And Chief, we thank you for that. You instilled that in all of us. And the Chief Sir, happened to see this in action the other day with Officer Fewer, and made it a point to reach out to the department and talk to me and everyone and say, hey, listen, we got to add one more. I really like what Officer Fewer did. He did it just like I wanted you guys to do it when I was the chief. And so thank you, Chief Sir, for bringing this to our attention. And at this time, I'd like to have Captain Luke Martin come up. So Officer Fewer actually works for Captain Conery at Bayview, but this great act of kindness happened in the Southern. So thanks to Captain Martin, he's going to do the presentation, and there may be some photographs on the screen as well. And with that, Captain Martin.
All right, hello everybody. So, as Chief Lazar stated, I'm not actually Sean's captain at the current moment, but he did do his FTO at Southern, so I got to know Sean a little bit. I also know Sean's dad pretty well. Mike, where you at? Ah, there he is. So, Mike's dad's done, over 30 years with the SFPD, Northern Station mostly, where we worked together for, about 12, 13 years. So his son is a bit of a chip off the old block. So at the time of this incident, he was working overtime, right, Sean? Yeah. So just like his father taught him, so that's good. Where he differs a little bit is when he was at Southern Station, he was making arrests like every day on FTO, impressing each phase FTO he had and making some really good arrests. I think he probably arrested more people in 3 phases on FTO than his father did, at least in the 12, 13 years we worked together. So a lot to be proud of there, Mike. So as Chief Lazar mentioned, former Chief Sir, I was going to try to keep you in the dark here, but he threw you under the bus, so sorry. But I got this letter that was written by Chief Sir about what Officer Sean Fewer did on Tuesday, April 22nd. I don't like reading, but I want to read this because it really solidifies what was seen and kind of the feeling that Chief Sir had when he watched this unfold. So bear with me. On Tuesday, April 22nd, while working with the contractor on a project at the top of Salesforce Tower ramp, so yeah, Chief Sir works over by Salesforce, if you haven't known, right next to the Transbay bus terminal. He noticed a police officer walking westbound across First Street in the direction many folks walk looking for a cup of coffee. So he didn't really think much of it. However, he thought, about what happened next. Shortly after losing sight of the officer, he came walking back, Sean, eastbound with an elderly lady on his arm. He wasn't the only person, Chief Sir, that took note of this. He noticed several other passerbys taking note of this officer walking with an elderly lady on his arm, and people started to get concerned if something was actually taking place. Was there some type of catastrophe or calamity or something going on? But it was just this very kind young officer, very dearly escorting this elderly lady across the street and into the transit terminal. Chief Sir was so struck on how dear this moment was that he questioned whether, did I miss the officer and the lady were originally together? Did they know each other? So as they continued to walk, Chief Sir grabbed a coworker and chased them down because he needed to know. So he sees them still arm in arm going up the escalator, chatting with each other as if they knew each other very well. Chief Sir thought maybe that's Officer Fewer's grandmother. So as he catches up to him, he asks, "Officer, is everything okay, ma'am? How do you know each other?" So at this point, the elderly lady, proudly beaming with joy, says, "This is my new boyfriend. We just met." And there they are together on the escalator. The officer turned out to be Officer Sean Fewer, the son of Officer Mike Fewer, another one of SFPD's finest gentlemen. And Officer Sean Fewer said, I noticed this lady seemed a bit confused and disoriented, and I wanted to go help her. So he crossed the street, grabbed her arm, asked her where she needed to go, and she explained she's looking for a particular bus stop. And Officer Sean Fewer grabbed her and said, "Okay, we're going to go find that bus stop for you. I'll stay with you until we find it." Chief Sir stepped in and said, "Hey, I know where that spot is. It's right over here," pointed Officer Fewer and the nice lady along their way, and they walked off arm in arm, chatting away as if they were best friends. So just to finish off Chief Sir's words that he wrote explaining this very kind action by Officer Fewer that should be and needs to be recognized. He stated, "She glowed, staring at the handsome young officer as he told the story. It was absolutely the most touching moment of the year so far. This terrific young officer thought to take the time to take care of her for however long it might take. The very definition of exactly what San Francisco police officers are supposed to do. Police officers in this city sign up to help people, and this officer did just that. I gave Officer Fewer the location of the bus stop. He thanked me, and off they went, back down the escalator to the transit center, still arm in arm. God bless the San Francisco Police Department and Officer Sean Fewer for having their hearts in exactly the right place and affording a lost and confused elderly lady a very special morning, being escorted to safety by her dashing new boyfriend in blue, Officer Sean Fewer." With that, I'd like to present Officer Sean Fewer, Officer of the Month. Over here, one more, please.
Okay, congratulations to all the honorees. This concludes our ceremony. The ceremony may be over, but the celebration continues. We have receptions. We have refreshments up here in our reception area, opportunities to take photos with the chief. Thank you very much, Mayor Lurie, Chief Scott. Thank you, POA President Tracy McCrae. And with that, have a great afternoon, and please be safe out there. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you.